as during COVID, they had a lot of time to really find their sound and really polish it. And especially for the younger rappers during that time, they had no responsibilities, no school. They just had a microphone.
Nigga, did you just say Lil Mosey? Bro, I'll ban you out my chat right now, bro. Lil Mosey, bro.
FL Studio in that room. It was really just bound to happen as soon as they switched to online schools. Cause we all know that we did not attend any of those online classes. But back on topic, the pandemic basically birthed, a lot of new underground rappers, which a lot of them, really stamped their name in the underground, and some of them kind of fell off. But we're gonna talk about all of them and where they are now. Are they still making music?
Man, I graduated before y'all niggas have virtual school, bro. Before the pandemic. Ah, damn. Did I want to be in that shit? Actually, hell no, bro. I think I graduated at perfect time for real.
But we're gonna study and really find out where these rappers are today in 2025. I also want to see if them now and them in 2021 even come in comparison. But if you haven't, make sure you like and subscribe, and we're gonna begin. Now, the first person I'm going to be talking about is going to be Yeat. Now, he was a pretty known underground artist at the time, working with people like Isaiah TG, Summers, and Autumn. He was heavily...
Can I say something about Yeat? The first time when I heard Yeat, I thought that nigga was black. Cause the song that I heard about Yeat was Sorry About That. Sorry About That. I was like, hey, alright. This was before they dropped the music videos and everything. I'm like, alright, this nigga, alright. Then I hear Mad About It. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I see the music video. I'm like, hold on, this nigga white? Oh, hell no. Ain't no wrong. But I was like, oh, damn, bro. I thought this nigga was black the whole time. And then I was like, damn. But Yeat hard as fuck though. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. Can't knock down that nigga game. He had a heavy weight on niggas in 2021. 2025 Yeat though, I don't know if he still has that weight, but he's still up there. Yeat be making big boy noise, you know what I'm saying? I don't think he still has as much hype as what he had in 2021, but he's still great.
In the underground scene and tapped in with a lot of other underground rappers at the time, which I knew a lot of people at the time were saying, oh, he's gonna be a one-hit wonder and that no one will be talking about Yeat in the next 2 years. But as of now, it's pretty clear to see that he's totally surpassed the whole underground scene. And of now, I'll just totally say that he's a mainstream artist now.
Yeah.
And looking down on my list, he's probably one of the most successful underground rappers from that era. Yeah. Which I don't even think anyone even comes close to him that were from this era. But one thing I could say is that his fan base did a total 180. Like, his fan base was mostly, underground fans, and now his fans are mostly like Kim Carson type kids. Like, there's no one that listens to underground music that actually listens to Yeat anymore, which his music is still good, but for me at least, I would always prefer, the old 2021 Yeat. And I feel like some of y'all can agree with me, but let me know.
I would agree.
Now, another artist that was pretty big back in 2021 has to be SSG Kobe. And if you guys don't remember,
man, SSG Kobe. Oh man. How I had so much joy. How I had so much belief in you. SSG Kobe, that nigga was so talented. His voice was just so good. But for some reason, the allegations killed that nigga career. And I know he's still making music, but it's still not the same, bro. Because once niggas get hit with the allegations, you're fried. Not anything that you try to put out, anything that you try to say on the internet, it's too hard, it's too heavy. SSG Kobe, he stopped making music for a little minute. And I feel like that's what kind of fucked him up, I seen something different. And I'm sorry, I don't want to compare the nigga to Nine Vicious. But when Nine Vicious got hit with the allegations, that nigga Nine Vicious did not give a fuck. Not one. But also kept posting music too. He had a crazy ass bar. Everybody said, I'm not fucking with him. And guess what? Nine Vicious still kept going. Now, I'm not encouraging all these you-know-whats to keep going. Nine Vicious, he kept going. Also, I heard that allegations that was thrown towards SSG Kobe was fake as well. So he's an innocent man. But will SSG Kobe revive his career? I'm not too sure.
I'm at a threat. After that bitch, I'm a layup. I get the money, no layup.
But again, he was pretty tapped in with a lot of artists during this era. And I feel like a very underrated duo that not much people really talk about is him and Can. They sound amazing together. And at one point, they even had a small EP together. But to ask where SSG Kobe is now today, it's fair to say that he pretty much fell off. Which the main reason SSG Kobe started to fall off was back in 2022, he got some allegations of R-wording a girl, which they were later disproven, but the damage was already done to his career. His music career was basically tarnished by some false allegations, which nowadays he still makes some music, but he's nowhere near as big as he once was back in 2021. But it's good to know that this really didn't discourage him with making his music, now. But to me, it's always, pretty sad to see someone go down to false allegations. Now, next person I have is Cash Dami. Now, this guy has told...
Oh boy, Cash Dami. I'm not gonna lie, man. Cash Dami, them niggas left you in 2021. Some of these niggas that's on this list, they kind of moved in 2022. With this high top dread nigga, I have not seen Cash Dami since 2021. I feel like as soon as it hit January 1st of 2022, niggas left Cash Dami in that year. I don't know where he's at. I don't know if somebody's supposed to go tell him to come over here, but that nigga is lost. I haven't heard that name. I haven't heard anybody play music featured with Cash Dami. I haven't even seen his face. I don't even know what Cash Dami looks like anymore, unless he's still stuck in 2022. Somebody go find Cash Dami and let him know that we're on the way to 2026 before it's too late. I know he's frozen in time, but y'all gotta go find him. I know that there's some fans that want some new Cash Dami. Is it me? No, but you do got fans and they're waiting.
He fell off the face of the earth. And it's not even a question. This guy just totally fell off. You never hear this guy mentioned in the Big 25. And to be honest, he might be deserved because his high top was atrocious, which no one should have this on their head, let alone witness it. Which, back on topic, I'm gonna keep it a bit short for Cash Dami because I already talked about him about like 2 times in 2 other videos. Go watch those if you haven't. But
there is another person. Now I don't know if he's gonna name that nigga. Another nigga that was also forgotten in 2021 was Young Chris. But if he gets to that nigga, we'll talk about him too.
After 2021, people basically just got tired of his sound, and he wasn't really doing much evolution with his sound, over the past couple of years, which led to his downfall. But nowadays, he still makes music, not as much as he used to, but he still drops music consistently. Like, he just dropped a 20-song album in September, which
20-song album in September and nobody heard of it, nobody posted, no media, nothing, nigga. Holy, your career is over with. Time to start working at Amazon, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro.
I'm not listening to, but it's there. But nowadays, he definitely still has, a fan base, but he's not nearly as big as he once was in 2021. But even though he fell off and his high top is kind of crazy, he's still a legendary figure in the underground scene. Don't get that mistaken. If you guys didn't know, he was one of the most popping underground artists during the 2021 era. Now, next, I'm just gonna talk about overall the whole collective Slay world. They were in there.
Yes. Oh, man, yes. I think the only nigga that's still running this shit is Autumn, unfortunately. But I don't listen to Autumn no more. Why? He like 13-year-olds. Anywho, hey, Autumn makes great music, He's very good. He's very talented. I just don't like listening to his songs. When he talks about a girl, she could be possibly 13. There are so many times where niggas have a video of Autumn in a car with 13-year-old late at night. I don't know. But I think the best nigga out of Slay World, unfortunately, bro, not gonna lie to you, I really think Summers is the best one. He has, I listen to Summers, I wouldn't say every day, but I used to listen to Summers all the time. Yeah, he's great. But his music is declining to me. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's not hitting the same. Yeah, he been making some trash, garbage shit as of recent. Can, he don't drop music no more. I mean, he does, but like, come back full time. I know you got a kid and everything, but like, niggas miss you. For real. I know you diss 9 Vicious as well. You did. You don't like when niggas say woohoo and paint their nails and go crazy at their shows. That's okay, Can. You got a fan base. You can do whatever you want, as long as you come back to the music. Anyways, let's continue.
Prime in 2021, which I'm really just gonna get into Autumn, Summers, and Can. Which first we're gonna start with Summers, which he had a banger 2021. He dropped What We Have and Nothing More.
Oh man, I'm not gonna lie. These 2 albums, or EP, whatever you want to call it, are the most timeless pieces of art of all time. All right, you can listen to this at any moment of your life. You will still be blessed. All right, this is Summers' best work, and unfortunately, I think cannot top anything in this catalog. All right, very great. Every song on each album, I'm not gonna lie to you, you will have a new favorite song probably every week or every day. I love it so much. There's another one. It's that album, the green album cover. It got the songs like Cut So Deep too. Beautiful, bro. Beautiful. These are my favorite projects from Summers. After that, anything else that you see, turn off the lights. All right, that's not Summers. All right, but this right here, masterpiece, art. This is something that you would put in a museum. For real. This actually made me fall in love with Plug and B. Not gonna lie to you, like really. Before I wasn't really fucking with the Plug and B sound, but this right here is like the cover art for Plug and B.
Which, as much as I love Summer's music, I don't think anything he dropped recently has topped this. These two projects were simply just masterpieces.
It is.
But as of now, Summers is still underground, but he's still pretty known as an artist overall. I feel like the only reason he's still pretty relevant because occasionally he'll drop, you know, a banger and then just disappear for a while. But this year specifically, you know, he's been experimenting with his sound a lot with R&B and just other different, you know, sounds, which he still has a pretty big fan base, but he still hasn't really blew up. So that's really the state of where Summers' career is right now. But I'll definitely say that his music from 2021 is better than what he's doing now. Now, the next person I have is going to be Autumn, which in 2021, Autumn had a legendary year,
He sure did. Autumn, you do have great music, but you like kids. 15-year-olds, 14-year-olds, they talk to you about it.
The only album he dropped this year was Golden Child, but what really blew him up was his singles and EPs this year. Which this catalog of songs is already legendary, he then later drops One Way, and this song was really the song of the year. Which I'm not even going to try to play a snippet of it.
They not touching him, bro. I'm not going to lie to you, man. They're not touching Autumn at all. That nigga can walk away with kids anytime he want. They not touching that nigga. He gonna keep making them love songs too. It's ridiculous, bro. That's why I stopped listening to Autumn. Because like, once you notice that the songs that he's making is about those kids, nigga, that's when I'm like, that's disgusting. You know? The bitch just came from recess, nigga. You talking about this hoe just top me off. It's a child that has homework.
And nowadays, he's still pretty successful with his music. A lot of people like to say he fell off, but the views are saying a whole different thing. Which I feel like a lot of underground fans tend to say that he fell off just because we don't really listen to him anymore. But I'll definitely say he's still striving. You know, the only problem I have with Autumn in the upcoming 2026 year is that this guy nostalgia farms with his own music way too much. Like example A, he had this hit song back in 2020 named Still the Same. Now why in 2025 there is Still the Same 3 now? And he really does this with a lot of other songs. Like, why in the world is there a One Way 3? I can just imagine Autumn fans being up in joy once they see him drop a 5th version of One Way. Like Autumn, the original was amazing, but you can slow down on all those recreations, because I don't know who in the world is asking for a 3rd version of the same damn song. It's obvious you're just farming for nostalgia. Which then we have Can, which he was also a really big artist back in 2021. He had classics under his belt during this year like Woke Up, None to Me, and the Really Rich album. This album was also pretty good. Had Yeet on it too. But Can was one of the faces of the underground. You know, he was the blueprint at one point. But as of now, where his career is, you know, 5 years after him blowing up back in 2021, he's damn near nowhere to be seen.
Bro, this nigga's a good producer, a good rapper. Bro, it's just that the nigga don't have the love for it no more. And that what's hurting me. You never listen to the rest? If you fuck with Can, I think that you would fuck with Summers. Just a little bit. That's it. Autumn, you don't have to listen to Autumn. Autumn, all his music sound the same. They're all repetitive. Now, there are some songs that Autumn and Summers have together. Beautiful. You feel me? But I wouldn't even go listen to Autumn, not gonna lie to you. I'd save your ears. Yeah.
As after 2021, he basically stopped dropping music as a whole. Like in the time span of 4 years, we only got 2 EPs and a couple samples. It was truly just a tragic time to be a Can fan after 2021. But as of present time, it seems like he's trying to revive his music career as he just dropped an album, you know, a month ago. So it seems like now he's trying to put some effort into it. You know, R is red from
No, it's so crazy. Before we watched the video, a song played too. I'm like, damn, nigga, is this Can? I didn't even know the nigga dropped a new album. It was just playing on my shit. So, ain't that wild?
2021 just ran out. But I cannot forget, you know, Baby Santana, because he was really running laps in underground back in 2021. When he dropped Antisocial, it was really just a time you had to be there to experience it all. And till this day, it's still one of the biggest songs on all his platforms. Which in the same year, he also dropped...
I think that's the biggest underground song of all time. That Antisocial shit. Antisocial, 14, man, Tanner. I think those are your biggest hits. For sure.
Antisocial too, which also went as hard. But as of now in 2025, I'll say he's still in the same position as someone like Summers, where they'll drop bangers occasionally, you know, to keep their name relevant.
But I think he's rebranding into a Young Thug clone. But the thing is, he can't do it as well as 1300 Saint, Skate Star, and Nine Vicious. You know, he's one of like the first clones. Bro, Baby Santana is literally Kimimaru. You know, from Naruto? Yeah, he's pretty much that. Like, Young Thug is like, what's his name? Orochimaru, right? Baby Santana, he's Kimimaru, bro. He's like the blueprint, like the first nigga. And then you got Nine Vicious. You can call that nigga Sasuke. And then you got the rest of the niggas that also want to be like Thug in a way. But yeah, Tana is like Kimimaru, but just died. That's literally how you can describe him, bro. Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. That's how I see it. What's up, Fire?
But they're not really, you know, bouncing out the underground, as right now they're kind of just stuck in the underground scene. But overall, the lesson you should learn from this video is that it doesn't matter how fast you run, but how far are you willing to go. But chat, really think about that. But that's all I gotta say for this video. If you enjoyed, make sure you like, sub, and I appreciate everyone that came and watched this video to the end, and I am gone.
That was a very good video, by the way.